Hi, everybody. It's March 2nd, 2022. Thank you for joining us for our regular Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time session where we talk about U.S. immigration law, taking your questions live on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn. U.S. immigration is the name of the game. It's a complex situation that a lot of people have to deal with. So we try to come by every week, every once a week on every Wednesday for the last 2 years now to go forward. And we've had hundreds and hundreds of questions and tons of hours of footage and interviews. And you could catch the clips of this on the JQK Law channel or the second channel, JK Clips, as well as on Instagram, social media. We post it everywhere so you can share the information as much as possible. As I said, it's just general information only, not intended for individual legal guidance. And for those catching the live show, we do provide free consultations. We have three raffle winners. So if you're watching this show live, not the recorded one, the live version, and you write consultation and you like and subscribe to the channel, every 10 minutes in the 30-minute session, we'll name a winner. My wonderful assistant, Kayla, will name it. And that way you can get a chance to have a free video consultation. We talk about your case in private 15 minutes. So stay tuned on that. And if you're interested in doing a marriage case, download the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com. This includes fiancé visas as well. So it's marriageimmigrationlaw.com. That's where you find the best information put together about the family case before you talk to the lawyer, get the strategy down, know what's going on before getting professional help. So with that, let's get it started. All right, so I ran out of breath somehow. So Sandeep says, "Hey, how are you, sir? I'm doing good. Good, thanks for coming on and coming to show if we get some information that can help you out." We have a lot of people who are regulars who just watch because they're interested in this stuff, which I am too. I like talking about this day in day out, so it's a great career to have to talk about stuff you're interested in and helping people with it. But Sandeep, thanks for coming on the show. Ram Sharon asks, I have citizenship interview on this March. What documents do I need to get with me? I had asylum. So it's hard to say individual guidance because I don't know enough about you. So this is just general information. But when you have a citizenship interview, some of the basic documents are bringing your passports, re-entry permits you had, your green card, bring your ID. And then it goes into other kind of stuff. If you had military history, bring your military record to show that you were discharged. And even if you come from a country that has conscription, mandatory military service, some people are exempt, bring your exemption card. If you're married or divorced, bring marriages and divorce certificates. If you're married to somebody who's been previously divorced, bring their divorce and marriage certificates as well, potentially. That may be needed for the other parties. If you have arrest history, court history, you got to bring original certified copies of that as well. They say bring your tax returns. I've never had them ask for that, but some lawyers do that. If you're doing a case based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, you got to bring proof of living in unison with that spouse. A lot of times it's joint lease agreements and tax returns showing both names. Generally, that's enough to cover it, but the officer may want more. But depending on your individual case, there may be a lot of stuff that you need to talk about. For example, if you have back taxes due, you need to show that you have a payment plan set up with the IRS or you paid it off and stuff like that, because they can't approve you if you have back taxes and don't have some sort of repayment system with the IRS. So that's something to be mindful for. But it just goes down to your individual case, and you have to analyze and see what's going on in your case. Is there something that we should be aware of, and extra documentation we need to bring? It's hard to say because I don't know your individual case, but that's some general overview stuff of the things you bring. On my website, jqqlaw.com, I do have a page where I just write every single document based on every single case. It's on the citizenship or naturalization page there. You can check it out. I haven't updated it in like 2 or 3 years, but generally it has different scenarios. There's a long page, but the best thing really to do if they feel like there's something where you need to bring documents or a case a little bit different, it's to do a practice session with an immigration attorney. I do provide, it's a paid fee for this, but practice interview sessions by video. So we act like I'm the officer and I go through your history with you to try to catch issues and see if there's any problems with the case. So that's something we do provide. You just email me at info@jqqlaw.com if you wanted to schedule that, and we can talk about it then. But thank you for the question. Juma says, hello. Hi, Jumana. Bia says, does a denial of an expat request for a green card EAD as a work permit have any effect on the green card outcome or the EAD outcome? No. Hope it does not take the EAD back to the line. So sometimes they say if you call about your case, it takes your case out of the line, and then when they put it back, it puts it towards the end. Random people have said that. I've never seen official proof or evidence of USCIS saying it myself, but there is a rumor at least that says that if you call out your case for an expedite or seeing what's going on, why there's delays and that kind of stuff, it could cause even more delays. That doesn't make sense for it to be like that, but with USCIS, you never know. I just don't have any corroboration of something like that. Bruce asks, any news on work authorization? I mean, there's different kinds of news. It depends on what kind of work authorization you have. For example, people who have L visas and E visas, spouses of them, don't need to get work authorization for new cases and stuff like that. So it really depends on what you're looking for. I guess the biggest news for work authorization is this: for those applying for adjustment of status, for example, this is applying for a green card. You can also apply for a work permit and advanced parole at the same time. Advanced parole being permission to travel, and the work permit being the work permit. Typically, these two are adjudicated and approved at the same time, so it's taking like 6 to 10 months to get approved. Recently, USCIS has changed its policy to get the work permits out faster. They will approve the work permit, and I'm getting them as fast as 2 or 3 months after filing, and then they'll decide the advanced parole portion of it later on. So they separated the adjudication of these. So right now, for cases, we're getting approvals of the work permit for adjustment of status cases 2 or 3 months after filing. Then advanced parole is not happening, or at least it's taking a long time. We're still waiting on that to be approved. So if you do get a work permit, typically when you get the work permit, people would use that for traveling as well. Be careful. You have to look at the work permit, the EAD card, employment authorization document, and make sure it gives travel permission if you want to use it for travel. In the bottom right, there'll be something that says, permission 512 advanced parole. I don't remember exactly what it says, but it notifies you that this gives travel permission or it does not. So be very careful. You don't want to think you have advanced parole travel permission, but you don't. That's going to be a huge disaster. Thanks for the question. Natasha says, I'm marrying my Brazilian husband. Congratulations. We came here and overstayed a visitor visa after applying. How soon? After applying, how soon can we travel? Can we travel or we work? Well, it's the same question I just answered right now. You got to apply for the work permit and travel permission. I mean, you can travel domestically in the United States. I'd say for not to, but you can. But it's whenever the work permit and advanced parole travel permission are approved. That's that. Timelines are all over the place. Jumana asks, I applied for the I-90. That's a green card renewal rather than the I-751. Oh, after my 2-year green card expired, that was 9 months. Then I noticed my mistake, and I sent the I-751 months ago. Can I apply? Can I apply for citizenship? I have 2 applications pending. So the I-90 is going to be denied. So it's but you can, if you could apply for citizenship based on the 3-year rule, being married to a U.S. citizen, you can apply for citizenship. It's going to be pending. It won't be approved until the I-751 is approved. Luckily, seems like they didn't send it to immigration court for not filing it in time. You got to check on that. Check the EOIR, the Executive Office for Immigration Review, EOIR.gov or something like that. I don't know. And put your alien number there to make sure they don't have a court hearing for you. That's the mistake happened. So for those who don't know or not familiar with this, once someone gets a marriage-based green card, if their marriage was new, the green card is only valid for 2 years. At the 2-year point, you're getting close to it. You have to file another application to show that your marriage is real, form I-751. Many times when people do this stuff on their own, instead of doing the special form I-751 to prove the relationship is real, they do the regular green card renewal form I-90, and they mess up, and it lands them into immigration court for deportation for not filing the correct paperwork in time. Hopefully that didn't happen in this case. It probably didn't, but you can file for citizenship in the meantime. Just keep documenting your relationship, really. Thanks for your question. Muhammad says, hello, John. I'm a green card holder, and my wife just became a citizen. Congrats. So I can apply for citizenship when my wife is 2 years and 9 months citizen, or should I wait 3 years? You should wait 3 years. You should be married to a U.S. citizen for 3 years to be safe. Shell Nelson says, does filing for N400 while waiting for an I-751 to be approved based on 90-day rule make the processing faster? No, it doesn't affect processing, but I mean, the sooner you file, the sooner you get approved, so just do it if it's appropriate. Just make sure you count the 90 days properly. Oh, that we went through a lot of questions really fast. I knew I should have slowed it down. So, I mean, this is a big issue that's happening for those who have form I-751 pending. As I said, these are for people whose marriages were new and they're only valid for 2 years, a green card, and they have to renew it. This is taking so long that the U.S. government is giving an automatic 2-year extension of the green card after it gets expired while the case for renewal is pending. But while it's pending, most of the time, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you can file for U.S. citizenship under the 3-year rule instead of the 5-year rule. And so, my recommendation is if you have the appropriate case, do it to get the citizenship case in sooner. You are allowed to file for N400 for citizenship while the case is pending for I-751, but the I-751 has to be approved first, and then the N400 gets approved. So we get the next question. Sue's asked, "Hi John, can you please say what you do for someone that has a mandatory military in Iran and wants to marry a green card holder in the USA? Can you file and win the case?" Well, Sue's, it's possible. Mandatory military conscription is not an issue unless, for Iranian cases, they're part of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, or what's well known in Iran as Sepah. And as of January 2020, they've been automatically denying all of the cases for visas, whether non-immigrant visas, tourist visas, and immigrant visas, getting a green card through the embassy, not for adjustment of status, but for the embassy through the State Department. And so if your spouse, unfortunately, was a member of the IRGC, then they're out of luck right now until they change these rules. But if they weren't, for example, they're with NAJA, the police force, they're the military, the Navy, the Air Force, those are not getting denied, but there's a strong likelihood after the embassy interview, whenever that happens, could be 2 or 3 years for your Iranian case, they're gonna say, we have to do more background checks, we have to do administrative processing, and all of a sudden your case lingers on for another 1, 2, 3 years. It takes forever. In those kind of cases, you got to file a lawsuit, and you follow up. You say, "But he is a Canadian citizen." Yeah, this is still gonna be a problem. You should really consult with an attorney private that handles Iranian cases. There's more to talk about, but it gets too much into individual legal guidance, which I can't give here, but definitely something to talk about with an immigration attorney. I do want to announce our free consultation raffle winner, Jumana Assad. Thank you for watching. Take a screenshot of wherever you're watching this so I can see your username, so I know it's you, and then email it to me at info@jqqlaw.com. That's info@jqqlaw.com. And I'll give you information on scheduling the time for those just tuning into the live show. If you write consultation in the comments and like and subscribe, wherever you're watching this, in 10 minutes and then another one in 20 minutes, 2 more, we'll announce winners of a free consultation raffle to have a 15-minute video consultation where you talk about your case in private. And if you are interested in marriage cases, one of the main things we do in my office right now, we're doing a lot of H-1B. So there's H-1B season, there's a work visa, but we do a lot of ease right now to investor visas. But marriage cases popping up, that's a regular thing we do. Just download the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com to get a better understanding of what the process entails. Then go talk with a lawyer and see how they could help you. And with that, let's take on some more questions. Luis Garcia says, "Is it safe to do advanced parole DACA to be able to do adjustment with citizen spouse?" I can't say whether something's safe or not. I can't give that kind of certainty. I just had a client return with advanced parole last night from Mexico. I had another one last month that traveled with advanced parole. But it depends on your case, Luis. I don't know anything about your background. If you have any criminal history, you have any admissibility issues, or it's something that doesn't look good, it's dangerous. But at the end of the day, the power of the person's return on advanced parole is up to the port authority, and they can do whatever they want. Now, they're not going to do something crazy, stupid just to do it, but at the end of the day, they have the power, and it's not in my hands. It's just a calculated risk you have to take to see what the benefits are and what the negatives are, and you make a decision there. You should really talk with an attorney in private to handle this kind of stuff, and they can better advise you. My office does handle this kind of stuff, so feel free to send me an email if you want to schedule a consultation. But I do these cases regularly, and both those cases that just came in January and February that returned from Mexico, we're both going to be filing for adjustment of status pretty soon. Elias said, "JQK, you're the best, dude. Thank you. God bless. Keep it up. You're certainly helping many people. Thank you for doing what you do." Thank you, Elias. So kind of you. I appreciate it. Very nice to get the kind words. Jumana says, "Can you repeat the website where I can check a court date, please?" Yeah, let me find the correct website. EOIR website. E as in Edward. Actually, it's justice.gov/EOIR. Justice, the word justice.gov/E as in Edward, O as in Ocean, I as in Ida, I as in what? Irvine, R as in Robert. And then once you go to that page, on the right side, there's a column. You scroll down, and it says "Find Case Information." Excuse me. I'm talking too loud. I'm yelling. I'm going to burn out my throat. We're only halfway into the show. Got to calm it down a little bit. I've been a little under weather, sore throat recently. But yeah, that's how you do it. Justice.gov/EOIR, and then take it from there. Thank you for the question. BD asks, "My husband got caught in a fraud marriage. I know there is a 212 waiver. Do you know any case law? If you're in a fraudulent marriage, there's no waiver for that. So if they accuse somebody of being in a fraudulent marriage, there's a special thing that says you're pretty much out of luck. There's no waiver for it. So we'd have to see what the case was, what the accusations were, and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, that's a bad situation. If marriage fraud is accused, you got to really challenge it. Mom Sila asks, can you please talk about SISBA? Sure. The Child Status Protection Act, also known as CISPA, CSPA, is a wonderful act that was created around, I don't know, 22 years ago or something like that. That said that under certain circumstances, well, it says a lot of different things, but the main thing is if you're a child under 21 and you're under your parents' green card case, and when the green card comes time, you're over 21, so you kind of fall out of it. You can potentially decrease your age through this mathematical formula to keep you under 21. And that decrease is dependent on how long the Form I-130, the petition from your U.S. citizen family member, was adjudicating, how long it took for it to be approved, the Form I-130. You can subtract that from your age when your case is current with the visa bulletin, and potentially get in on the parents' green card application. Now, that's highly technical kind of thing. I just said, and it's a quick synopsis. So, you got to talk to the immigration and see how that fits you. But essentially, you can subtract the child's age, the amount of time it took for the I-130. And if it's under 21 at the appropriate date, there's a very specific date, it has to be that, and you make an action within 1 year of that date, then you can lock it in. There's different nuances, all that, but that's a quick overview. Hopefully it helps you out. Jasmine asks, hi, my I-130 is a family petition, is pending at USCIS. Can I change my husband's interview location? How and when can we change? You don't have control over the interview location. It is dependent. Well, it depends on what you mean by I-130 pending at USCIS. So if you're in the United States, it's going to be based on where you guys live. If the husband is overseas and you chose a consular office, you could try changing it then. With USCIS, you try calling them or requesting it. It may or may not work. Once the case gets approved and goes to the National Visa Center, you can ask them. It may or may not work. Usually does, but it may or may not work. And then later on, it really depends on where your husband resides. So where your embassy interview is going to happen is dependent on where you're a resident of. So it's not willy-nilly. I could just change it. Now, some countries don't have a U.S. embassy there. For example, in Iran, so they have other embassies they could go to. It gets messy. It's really just a case-by-case basis, and at the end of the day, it's the discretion of the officer. I need to know a lot more information, what's going on, and to talk about it in more detail. So consult an attorney in private. Sam says, hi, John. Should I calculate my 3 months immediately before my first day of 90-day window for N400? Should I calculate 3 months immediately for my first day of 90 days window for your question isn't clear, but if you're going to file for citizenship, they allow you to file for citizenship 90 days before the 5-year time comes up. Now, there's other requirements you have to satisfy. I'm not going to go into that. Maybe you satisfy, maybe you don't. But there's a calculator for this. If you type in USCIS naturalization calculator, you go to the website and you put in the date where it'll be either 3 or 5 years from the issue date of your green card. It'll be on your green card what the issue date was. You add 5 years to that. If for a regular case, if you're married to a U.S. citizen for that 3 years, then you do a 3-year case. And then you type it in and it tells you what 90 days is the first day that you can file for your citizenship. You can also use that for Form I-751 because they have a 90-day early filing as well. But just use that website. Your question's not clear as to what you're trying to get at, but that'll answer you right there by going to the USCIS.gov website. Elias follows up, hey, how long does it take for an adjudication officer to approve or deny an L1B blanket petition, RFE? Is that true? Once it gets approved, I get an emergency appointment. There's no timelines. Do whatever they want to do. If you apply for pre-and processing, it'll be faster, but timelines are up to them under normal circumstances. Prestige asks, hi, hope all is well. Good, thank you. Did you research about VAWA overcome 2 years? No, if you want me to do research, you have to hire me. And so I'm not going to just willy-nilly do research. I've thousands of other things I got to research and do. So if you want to get specific information like that, please consult my office or talk to some other lawyers who may know it. But it's just not an issue that comes up because I don't handle VAWA cases. So it's just a million things I have to research every day. I wouldn't be able to help you with that. Ali asks, I sent 786, got advanced parole. These numbers don't mean anything. 786 isn't a form that we use. Got advanced parole through VAWA. Can I travel abroad? Is there any problem or question at the airport? Ali, I don't know. That's too individual case specific. Everyone's different, so I can't answer that question. You follow up, is it a good move for the green card? I don't know. That's too case specific. Sam follows up, and travel domestic breaks 3 months. How can I approve my 3 months? So Sam, your questions are disjointed a little bit, but another requirement for U.S. citizenship is that you be living in one state, which jurisdiction is based on the state, for at least 3 months. Now, if you have a house somewhere and you're traveling a lot, that doesn't make the place, not your house. So if it placed your house, that's your house for 3 months, you can file for citizenship based on living in one state for 3 months. But if you need to travel and stuff, that doesn't break it. It's just regular travel. And then Sam says, thank you so much. You're welcome. God bless, Sam. Hope you have good luck on your citizenship case. Dad says, when a case is current, what happens? When a case is current, then you could file for adjustment of status, or you could begin the immigrant visa paperwork or get approved for your immigrant visa. Depends on what you mean by current, because there's two charts for currents and where your case is at in the system, which if you're dealing with USCIS or the like. So, so it just depends on the case. I do want to announce our raffle winner, Suze Minas. Thank you so much for coming on the show and asking questions. Please take a screenshot of wherever you're watching this and email it to me at info@jqqlaw.com so I can see what's going on in your case. That's info@jqqlaw.com, and we'll talk about it, see what's going on in more private setting about the whole situation. If for those just tuning in, we give away free video consultations. We have one more left in 10 minutes. We're gonna announce a winner. To get it, all you gotta do is like and subscribe and write consultation in the message box or wherever you're watching, and my assistant Kayla will announce the person in 10 minutes. So, and also download the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide, marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Okay, next question. John Bob says, I know some Spanish, but I'm not 100% fluent, but I helped my wife translate for her I-138 form, you mean. Can she put me down as an interpreter? I usually don't like using a family member for interpreter, especially the person who is like the petitioner in that case. I've seen it be okay before, but I would prefer you have another translator just to be safe. Super Sierra regular. Good night, Attorney Castro. I hope you're doing well. I am. It's just, I have allergies. It keeps me up at night and then makes me just weak because of lack of sleep. But other than that, I'm doing good. The Ukraine situation is really difficult. We're handling a lot of situations, helping a lot of people from Ukraine. My associate attorney, Anya Segeva, is a fluent Russian speaker, native language. So we've just been, especially her, God bless her, she's been handling a lot of work. If you have family and friends in Ukraine or even in Eastern Europe in general, she could help out and talk with them. And we have a write-up she did, where she translated information from the U.S. Embassy in Warsaw, Poland, about getting visas, expediting, all this kind of stuff. I don't think we posted it too publicly. It's just we send it to people, but that's there. It's in Russian language, so people from Ukraine get it. Majority of people in Ukraine, read and write Russian, so it should work. But I don't think we posted on the site yet. But it's just something we've been sending out to a lot of people. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's every 3 months another humanitarian disaster we got to jump on to help with. Hopefully we help better this one than the Afghan one, because that one was really difficult. Not much you can do. But thanks for your question. Thanks for commenting. Yvonne says, hi, John. I have a TN visa. This is for Canadians who have work visas in the United States, special work visa for Canadians. But I stopped working last November. My I-94 expires November 22. Is my current status the same, or do I lose my status when I'm working? I'm going to adjust status on marriage. Well, you did lose your status. Technically, you violated it when you stopped working, because the basis of the TN visa is that you be working. Now that you're on pay stubs, this is all a violation time. But you say you're going to adjust status to marriage. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, it's not a problem. I've done these cases all day. So, but it shouldn't be a problem. If you like, Yvonne, you could be our consultation winner. I might give another one. Email my office, take a screenshot so I know it's you, Yvonne, and we can briefly talk about this. But if you're married to a U.S. citizen, it doesn't matter. But if you're married to a green card holder, it will matter, because that'll be a violation. You'll have to leave and go through consular processing. But take a screenshot where you're watching this. Email it to me at info@jqqlaw.com so I know it's you, and we'll have a quick chat about it. Let's see. Next question, Crystal says, wait times. Go to uscis.gov or departmentofstate.gov for information on wait times. How long will it take to renew your work permit? That's not up to me, sorry. Sam says, please, Mr. John, if someone applied for N400, has to be 3 months in a state, when can I start calculating 3 months? Or this included a 90-day window or 90-day plus 3 months to apply? So there's separate things. I have a really detailed video on this. If you go to youtube.com, search JQK Law Naturalization, I break down all the timing requirements in more detail. So that's where to go. It's a long 10 or 20-minute video I did on this. But there's separate things. You have to live somewhere 3 months, and you can file 90 days early. Now, if you file 90 days early and you were not living in someplace for 3 months, then you're out of luck. So that's that. Chowdhury asks, I got citizenship. There's missing one word of my name. What should I do? We got to see what's going on. Once you got citizenship, that's not really much fixing unless it was error by USCIS. If you want a correction, you might need to do a name change certificate. So I have to see what's going on. It's going to be a mess. 29 Superseas, yes, it says it's a tough situation with embassies in Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus closed. Yeah, this is like a nightmare, definitely. U.S. Embassy in Frankfurt said they're going to be handling cases, sending cases from Poland over there. But, just getting from Poland to Germany is not an easy thing. Nico asked, hi, I got married since June. I did a green card interview 2 months ago. Still haven't got my work permit or green card. My case is being actively reviewed. Yeah, sorry. I don't know, Nico. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. Malik says, is it risky traveling with the green card extension? There's no risk with traveling green card. It is what it is. Is it risky being you? I don't know. I don't know your background. So if you have issues or something, yeah, it's going to be risky. If you don't, then that's that. So just have your paperwork, make sure you have the green card and the extension. But I can't give individual guidance. I don't know anything about you. If you have some weird history in your past, then that could be a big problem. So not knowing that, I can't answer that question individually. Sam Noas, Mr. John, thank you. I met at one state all the time, the case. Sam, I do recommend consulting an attorney in private. I just want you to clarify. I have to make sure you get some good advice. So I'm not clear what your questions are, what your wording, unfortunately, is not the best grammatical, all that kind of stuff, so it's hard to understand. But I think I explained it. Go watch the video on YouTube and then schedule a private consultation. We can get into it more. Hopefully that helps. I don't mean to be rude about it, but it just, there are different things, 90-day jurisdiction requirement. You got to live in one state. And then, you can file 90 days early if you satisfy the requirements. That's that. And Molly says, thank you, sir. Thank you. You're welcome. God bless you. So we're about to be closing up the show. We only got a few more minutes. There's tons of these. I've done over thousands of, over 1,000 clips. You can find them on JQK Clips or YouTube channel or the main channel, JK Law. We're trying to put the longer content on JK Law and having clips on the Clips channel, but also on Instagram, stuff like that. But search it there. I usually have a lot of information. Molly says my background is good to go. Actually, well, that's wonderful. So just double check it. It's always good to have a lawyer that knows you and has relationships that you could call and ask this kind of stuff. And that's a lot of what I do is, we have a relationship with people. So when questions pop up, they have someone that knows them already, could jump into it, give an answer. Because when you're immigrants, you never know what's going on with the immigration system, how inconsistent it is. But, it costs a lot of money. So it's a fortunate thing. But, just study up. And hopefully this information I'll bring you here can help you out with that. So, you know what, we're going to call it a day. Thank you so much for everyone for coming, asking questions. Yvonne says, thank you very much. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. We'll write your email. Thank you very much. God bless you, Yvonne. Look forward to your email. And congratulations on winning the raffle. The raffle I chose. It's not a raffle. But all right, everybody. God bless. We'll see y'all next week, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Bye-bye.